She didn't start it, but she damn sure want to finish it. Let's talk about it.
I was just patient, never try skating. Fuck niggas hating.
How y'all doing today? I hope y'all having a wonderful afternoon. Today I wanted to talk about this game that men have created since the beginning of time. You know, us having all the options, multiple wives, being able to dispose of women like garbage, low levels of empathy. This is something that we started. And what we're seeing right now is women trying, to attempt to turn the tables. And to a degree, it's understandable. When you get tired and repressed, like black men are, you start fighting back. You want to fight the system. Someone's had their foot on your neck for so long, you just want to break their ankle. Anything to get their foot off your neck. And women are no different. Being misused and abused for so long by men, they develop this desire to get revenge, or to just simply put, they want to flip the script and they want to turn the tables. And they want men to finally know what it feels like. Now, there's some logic in that, because if there's any empathy left in the world, or in just the person that you want to understand his or her wrongdoings, giving them a taste of their own medicine will help them to see. If they don't understand by just you verbalizing to them how you felt, then that medicine will help them to see, oh, this is what she was talking about. I don't like this. And hopefully a man with enough empathy will turn from his ways and start to respect women. So in this video, I want to describe the unfortunate steps that women go through and the inevitable outcome in order to turn the tables on men. Number one, men have held the torch since the beginning of time. We've been the dogs long enough, and now they want the victory of beating us at our own game. But the instant gratification is short-lived, so she never is fully satisfied. So she must keep going until she has fully conquered men. Simply put, this is someone who looks at men as the enemy or opposition. She wants to be wined and dined by someone she doesn't even like. And her ability to not like you is what keeps her safe and out of her feelings. As you can see, her mind is already made up that she wants to turn the tables and that she deserves to be the victor instead of the victim. And you being a random man who didn't do anything to her has nothing to do with any of that. You will become a victim of circumstance because this woman is unhealthy, wounded, mentally damaged, and she must seek revenge. She is taking the law into her own hands. So can you imagine for a second, before I go to step 2, what it would take to, if you wanted to gain something or extract something from someone you did not like? The amount of manipulation, lies and deceit, playing a role in order to con someone. This is what's happening to men nowadays. Women do not like you, but they want something from you. And in order to get you to lower your guard, they have to pretend and make you believe that they genuinely have interest in you. Okay? Number 2. Men started this "we're just friends" game. We did. A woman will be dating a man will be dating a woman, and then, they become intimate, and then he wasn't thinking on the terms of commitment. So the woman would catch feelings because she's an emotional creature, and men are driven by sex. So she says, so what are we? And he says, we're just friends. And that doesn't feel good. It doesn't. It puts her in a very desperate position to where she is trying to pursue something from you that she is more than willing to give to you, her love. Okay? The difference is men had unlimited access to sex, and she has unlimited access to food dates, money she didn't earn, attention and admiration, and all the while avoiding to become intimate with men. This is when you're running to the women who say that they're celibate. And you pursue her because you think that it possibly means that she's not a hoe, or it possibly means that she hasn't had sex in a while. All of those things kind of do apply to celibacy, but she's telling you this potentially to throw you off and to make sure that you understand, although you're going to pursue me, don't expect any sex or intimacy. The problem is, once a man sees he's being treated like an option, he moves on. Carelessly, she has to keep rotating options. Eventually, she ends up with a bunch of options that don't even care about her. She can't even call on them for anything. Hey, they've accepted the terms because they don't really care. So there are men in the world who will be okay with being a side dude. There are men who are okay with sitting on her bench. And they're not okay with sitting on her bench because they like her. They just like having access to her. They're like, oh, that's all I got to do? Her little hurdles that she put in place to filter through men didn't work. Men are willing to jump those hurdles as long as on the other side of that hurdle, he gets what he wants. And because you forced him to jump hurdles, he lost interest in you. So you have a bench full of men, or a roster full of men who are just as emotionless as you. And then when life comes, you want someone or need someone to call on, no one answers their phone. These are men that you have given your body to, who have zero interest in you emotionally. So you didn't flip the script, and you become frustrated. The woman becomes frustrated. Okay? They didn't see her as wifey. They saw her, they knew what they wanted. You told them what they needed to do. They said, oh, that's all I got to do? Give you this and do that and take you here? Okay, cool. They got what they wanted. Mission done. On to the next. Number 4, she's creating stalkers. All the low-value men that have fed into her games and willingly provided dates, money, gifts, and or trips that she hasn't shown any progression with become threatening and stalkers, hacking her social media accounts and some. Now she has to block options who've turned bad and attempt to find safer ways to get her needs met, like giving out fake numbers, claiming she doesn't go on social media, and never allowing them to know where she lives. Now men know she has something to hide. So she's going to try to level her game up in order to avoid crazy people. And these men are becoming crazy because they are being toyed with. You don't dangle a steak in front of a lion. He will maul your ass. You just don't do that. That's common sense. Okay, so now these men who have invested who knows how much money into you are being ghosted. You're seen on social media with other men. You're talking to them like they are beneath you, and goofies and lames and all these other words that y'all use to describe those men. You're toying with their vulnerabilities. Come on, you don't want to do that to a man. He's going to act out. Not every man, not the ones who have self-control, but most men will act out. Then they want to blame men for being abusive. See, y'all was both been abusive, but he's physically abusive and you're emotionally abusive. You're mentally abusive. You're financially abusive. But we're not trying to even the score here. I'm just saying no one's right. Number 5, the men they actually want don't want them. She prefers a bad boy over a good guy because the good guy is God-fearing, morally grounded. He has boundaries. He wants commitment and is not willing to do everything she wants without reciprocity. But the bad boy, he's playing the same game she playing, swimming in women and avoiding commitments. They just have enough money to maintain the upper hand. So she'll never win at that game either. Especially since a woman's money means nothing to men. So you going out there and becoming successful does not give you leverage. Now she's even more frustrated. She went out there and she's dating the bad guy, the bad boy, and the bad boy is in the same headspace as her. So then you have the women who say, I don't care. As long as I'm getting what I want momentarily, I already know it's short term. I got my bills paid. Well, he gave you $3,000. I bet you can't stretch that more than a month. Number 6, she's been so childish and played this game for so long that she's finally beginning to hit that wall when her beauty starts to fade. She's up in age, no family, no husband, no love, and a newfound low sex market value. So you can imagine the frustrations that come with this. She can't go back in time and unwind the hands of time and redo anything. The mistake has already been made. The time has already been wasted. And now there's a biological clock that's speeding up on the inside of her, and she acts even desperately, still maintaining this desire to get even. She hasn't let it go yet. She's relentless. She's like, nah, bullshit. There's no way I'm bowing down to a man. There's no way I'm going to be submissive. There's no way I'm just going to let them run around and do whatever they want to me and to us women in general. She's become a feminist. Number 7, she has become involved with a couple of men in her life now that in order to trap her and take her out of the game, they got her pregnant. Only to leave anyway because of her toxic traits and patterns or simply his own selfish desires. Now she has multiple kids by multiple men. And again, she has an even lower sex market value. She is now forced to date the good guy, the boring guy, the 9-to-5 guy, the God-fearing guy, the faithful guy. But she doesn't feel fulfilled because even though she's grown now, she has a void on the inside of her and she desperately wants it filled. Attention and admiration, validation and the compliments, they all feed a woman's fragile ego. So now that she's with the boring guy, she is sneaky. She's entertaining a sneaky link or two. But once she is caught, she is left at a point where she doesn't have as much influence over men as she used to. She can't attract the men she used to attract. So this is an older woman now who never gave up the game, never stopped playing. all the lessons that she went through in life, she just ignored them. She was determined to win. She kept on going, damn near to her own demise. Number 8, and this is the final one. She doesn't know how to get out of her cycle. Other than to become Miss, I'm staying single, I'm celibate, I'm independent. She's bitter. She says, I'm cool off guys. I'm not interested. Frustrated that she cannot win the game that men started. Coming to understand and realize she will never win a game she didn't start. She's resentful. She has hatred in her heart, bitterness, revenge, and zero faith that good men even exist. Or better yet, she doubts that a good man would even want her wholeheartedly at this point. And you got these videos talking about body counts and all of this stuff. And she's like, dang. Now she doesn't even qualify to a bad boy no more. The same man she was chasing and they was chasing her, she done played the game so long. And the messed up part about it is the bad boy's still winning. Because bad boy, now he want the younger women. He don't even want he ain't going for no old chick, no MILF, no mama that he like to F. Nah, he want the slim tenders, the pretty young things, the PYTs. Now she's catching herself, if she's still in this desperate cycle, doing all kind of body work. And I ain't gonna go into detail, I'll do enough. She's staying in the clubs, hanging with the young girls, arguing and catfighting with them. Girl, you don't know nothing. Whoop de whoop. She's at the club about to fight with a woman half her age. She is a has-been, and she's telling girls half her age that got it popping right now. She's like, I was you when I was your age. You ain't doing it right. A complete failure. You know why she failed? She didn't fail because she tried to win. She failed because she went the wrong way about it. See, instead of trying to play a game that you know is morally irresponsible and then trying to get a good outcome out of that, turn away from it. Avoid men who hurt women. Avoid men who believe in having multiple partners and no commitments and using women and abusing women. Don't start doing the same thing they did to you that you didn't like to other men who didn't even do nothing to you and expect to have a positive outcome. This is definitely a mental illness. They call it narcissism. And I'm probably going to trigger you if you watch this video because you're going to be like, I don't know. This nigga don't know what he's talking about. I am a man. I did start off misusing and abusing women in my younger days. I did biologically have the instinct to think that the world belonged to me. And I was king of whatever castle I tried to build. I did get hurt by women who previous men hurt them. So I was a casualty of war. I did get that feeling that women feel when you get cheated on and your mind is playing tricks on you because you're imagining the one you love in the arms of somebody else. I did decide to change my ways. Got into church, learned a lot, became more spiritually grounded and inclined, and saw all the error in my ways. And I took the harder route now, but which is the better route at the same time. And I'm single to this day. I'm still on that path. But what I'm not doing is hurting people, using people, or abusing people. I have peace. And if I run into someone who has done her own journey and work, and she doesn't have time to run a scam on me, and she's not interested in what I bring to her table to provide instant gratification, short-term situations with me, if she wants long-term and I find her attractive and she finds me attractive and I respect her mind and she respects my mind and time and body equally, I'd be in a relationship. I'm not desperate. I ain't even looking. I make myself available. I'm online dating. I talk to women when I see them if I find them attractive. But if they are on that cap and that bullshit, I don't entertain that. Because I know there's no positive outcome. It's a waste of time. I'm not going to think to myself that there's a window of hope and that this woman would change from her ways while I'm with her. She gonna slow play me in the beginning of the relationship, then all of a sudden she gonna catch feelings. Yeah, she'll do that once she loses all her other options. Now I'm just second or third or fourth best. I want a woman who acknowledges me fresh out the gate. Because that's what most men, especially the men that's following my channel, that's what we on. At the point we are in our life, we'd appreciate a woman fresh out the gate. We learned our lessons. And if we haven't fully grown out of them, we are on that journey right now. That's why you would even still be watching the video at this point right now. Something is registering. And I thank God for that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Give me a comment. Ask me any questions you have. I don't mind. I'll respond to all comments. The ones that are constructive and meaningful. The naysayers, I'll look at that and keep on going. And if you're being judgmental and stuff like that, I'll respond to that too. I ain't afraid of none of y'all. My name is Jerome, and this has been another episode of The Superb Word. I'm going to go enjoy my birthday now. Y'all have a good one. All right.